Welcome back to Liberty Nation TV. I'm your host, Scott Cosenza, and joining me today is LibertyNation.com's managing editor, Mark Angelides. Welcome, Mark.
Hi, Scott.
And we're here today to talk not about the red tide or the crimson tide, but the red mirage. Political pundits are talking about the real possibility of a red mirage. Why don't you start, Mark, with telling us what is a red mirage?
So the red mirage is a new spin term that's been brought up by Hoaxes, which is a Democrat group devoted to the election. And what it's basically a premise that on election night, Donald Trump may look like he's running away with the election in a possible landslide, but that once all of the mail-in ballots are counted, possibly several weeks later, this will result in a stunning Joe Biden victory turnaround.
So what's the real deal? Is this a real thing?
Of course it's not. It's utter nonsense. So it's based on the election is based on the Electoral College. So we'll have a good view anyway, because based on recent polling, it's really only a lot of Democrats that are going for the mail-in option. Republicans seem to be swearing off it, possibly because of President Trump's repeated criticisms of it. So what's going to happen is in states that are strongly Republican, they're going to come in Republican anyway. States that are strongly Democrat are going to come in Democrat anyway. And it's really only the swing states that this could prove an issue on. But I believe that it's not quite what it's proclaiming to be, the red mirage.
So what is the end goal?
Well, the end goal is to drag the election out for as long as possible, and ultimately, if possible, to declare it for Joe Biden, if Donald Trump wins, of course. But here's the thing: if Donald Trump wins, and then several weeks later, the Democrat pundits decide to say that, well, this is probably illegitimate because we've had these votes in, and we've seen it in New Jersey, New York, all over the place where so many votes have been invalidated, mail-in ballots have been invalidated, that will give them quite a realistic chance to say, well, all of these votes were invalidated, but if they were all counted, perhaps this is just another attempt at disenfranchising people, and they'll blame Donald Trump for not jumping on board with their let's make mail-in ballots secure initiatives. And it will be a way to delegitimize his presidency, much in the same way as they tried to do with the Russia collusion hoax.
Okay, do we just have to wait until the election, or do you have a prediction? Are there other steps that are going to take place between now and them grousing about it post polls closure?
Well, if my summation is correct on this, what we'll see is over the next 4 or 5 weeks, many in the media, specifically your CNNs, your MSNBCs, places like this, they'll start touting the red mirage as a likely possibility. This is what they'll start doing. And if they start doing that, what we'll also find is that people will be hedging their electoral outcomes just before people head to the polls. In fact, even before the exit polls come out, you'll have a lot of news organizations and politicians saying that remember the red mirage, remember the red mirage, at which point they won't let Donald Trump claim victory, and they won't let Joe Biden concede victory, as Hillary Clinton's already suggested that he should not under any circumstances. I wonder why. Those will be the next steps. A lot more media coverage, a lot more people taking this rather fringe theory about a red mirage. It's rather ridiculous if you look into the actual numbers. It will start gaining all the appearances of a gospel.
Mark Angelides, red mirages and others soon to appear on the horizon, I bet, before Election Day. We appreciate your analysis on this, and we'll turn to you for more should we need it. Thanks so much for joining us, and thank you at home for watching. Bye-bye.
Go deeper on the topic discussed in this video, head on over to one of these links here, or go to our Liberty Nation Roku channel. Thanks so much for watching, and don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell for Liberty.